lessons learned. Everybody knows what lessons we've learned, but I've just put it in a very simple way so that everybody understands and internalizes this. Okay. In a country like India, where we never imagined that we need to keep a certain distance when you are, meeting people, definitely is now that everybody is talking about. While it's going to take a while where everybody starts practicing it, because it's not a very conscious thing. So social distancing is going to be there to stay. I think one of the biggest lessons that I have learned is that social distancing is the way forward, and it is going to be there. Personal hygiene. I remember as a child, my grandmother would scream at me when I would come home from school, and the first thing she would say is, go wash your hands, legs and face, and leave your footwear outside. I think we had somewhere, a lot of us still follow it, but somewhere we had sort of forgotten a lot of these personal hygiene habits that are fantastic in our country. Greeting people. Okay. We are now going to start doing this more often because the world has embraced this now. And when it used to be just us, we would feel like, Namaste, he's a Baba, he's an old guy. It's not a cool thing to do. But a lot of things that we used to practice will now come to the forefront in terms of personal hygiene, and definitely help us. So I think that's a lesson refreshed, if not learned, that let's go back to a lot of brilliant roots that we've had. So it's important that we get this lesson right. Resource optimization. Okay? I'm sure all of you are optimizing your ration. All of you are optimizing your available resources. For example, I have this glass. If you could see, it has my name on it. Okay, it's funny, right? But it sometimes gives me a feeling of Starbucks. Sometimes gives me a feeling of saying there's so little that we have, and sometimes just makes me feel happy that I don't have to wash my glass. So this is an example, but resource optimization, ladies and gentlemen, is something that is going to stay for a while, where a lot of us will start looking at resources that we have with greater appreciation. Mates, for example, glass example, appreciating lives. I think it's going to get better, and which is a good thing. Unfortunate that it had to come through a pandemic, but it's definitely one lesson that I have learned, and I thought I should share with all of you because I'm sure you resonate with this thought as well. Excuse me. Uncertain is certain. Okay. Everybody says that life is uncertain, but everybody plans for a certain future. Isn't it ironical? I think we've now reached a stage where in our generation, because we've seen this is now sort of cast in stone that uncertain is certain. And I don't think we'll get too shocked and perturbed, God forbid, if something like this has to happen again in future. These are my 3-4 top lessons that I have learned, and I thought I should share with all of you because these lessons indicate the direction in which we are moving. Okay. How can I prepare for this lockdown and post this lockdown? I mean, these are few points that I thought are very relevant in keeping a positive mindset and keeping us sane in these insane times. So I thought I will also put them out here for all of you. Okay. First thing that I did and that I'll continue to do is watch news only for 5 minutes. News, oh my god, is worse than any saga that you could watch as a serial. I'm sure a lot of you will agree. It's the news that puts seeds of doubts and seeds of worry in our heads about what is happening and predict doomsday. So I think as an individual, while organization level, a lot of things will happen. I will limit watching news to only 5 minutes. Um, I'll not go overboard with my passion. I mean, I've seen that just because there's a newfound time, I'll start sketching and I'll start sketching so much that I get bored of it. Please understand, boredom and passion are two different things. Doing an activity that makes you happy out of boredom can never be termed as passion. So go a little slower your passion, because you will just get bored and you will forget that passion for the rest of your life. So don't go overboard with your passion. Just moderation is the key in these times as you prepare for an exit. Learning. Please do not do more than 1 or 2 courses in a month. Yeah, I don't think we can comprehend a lot just for the sake of learning. It's waste. Please don't do it. That's how you should prepare to exit the lockdown. Smile and take it easy. You are not responsible for COVID. You can't do much about the situation that's hit you. You can at the least only face it every day as it comes. Don't plan for a long future. I think just take it easy. Please don't go too harsh on yourself, because that will lead to depression and anxiety, which really is not worth you and your mind space. So, smile and just tell yourself that you're not the only one, and tell yourself that I will take every day as it goes, and I'm sure this too will pass. It helps. Think about what you would do to engage the workforce as individual, as HR, as people on the other side of business. Anything that you think of engaging, please use common sense, because that's not too common. Lot of people, if they use common sense, they'll realize that life can be much more simpler. I think we have appreciated common sense a lot more in these times, and I think we will appreciate common sense much more in the times to come. So, using common sense will definitely help. Okay. These, were a few things that I, thought is way in which you could prepare for this lockdown or post this lockdown. I really hope that it has been beneficial. It was a short, very simple attempt to, make a complex problem into a very easy solution that I attempted. And I'm hoping you all enjoyed this webinar as well.